keep us upright at the same time. I'm not slipping down there. So it's a very pleasant drive over here, not a problem at all. And I've just been messing around with my new software and maps that I've just updated my Garmin Drive Smart 61 7-inch GPS. I wanted to try the new maps to see what it offers. And there is one, I've just noticed one new thing that they're putting on the wall, and that's like ATMs. It shows you where the nearest ATMs are in case you need to go and get money out the bank. There's that many banks closing lately as well. I think a lot of people aren't going to be able to get cash from banks much longer because a lot of them are shutting down. I mean, either that or they'll just stop you getting so much cash out your bank when you go in. If you can't get it out of the machine, you go inside the bank, they'll say, I'm sorry, we're not giving out cash. So a lot of people are going to be stumped. So what I've done to cover myself, I've withdrawn bits and pieces of cash over a period of time. So I've always got cash at hand's reach. So if things go tits up and there's no ATMs and the banks won't give you money, your money, I've got some for to go, you know, be able to go and buy groceries and top up my car with fuel, etc, etc. So my advice is to people to do that anyway. Cover yourself, just in case of an emergency. I mean, because we all need to eat food and we all buy fuel for our cars to get us from A to B to go and get our groceries. Especially if you live in rural areas and you've got a few miles to go to the nearest shop, you definitely need your car topped up with diesel or petrol. Everything is just overgrown. There's loads of nettles as well, so if you put your hand out to grab them, you're going to end up getting stung. Of course, I've got short sleeve bloody t-shirt on and now, so I'm going to end up with a few stings myself, I think, today. On one of my recent outings, I got back and I was sitting down and I felt like a bit of an itch, and I fell down inside my trousers with a bit of a lump, and I thought I knew what that is. It's a tick. So I reached down, got a hand of it and just ripped it out. And obviously you've got to make sure you get the whole nippers out and the legs and everything and all. Otherwise you can get Lyme's disease, so they say. I don't know how far that's true, but where I ripped the bloody tick off my leg, there's a big red blotch. It's about 3 inches diameter now, around where the tick had bitten into my skin. And I can't understand how it got inside my leg, through my trousers, you know, so it's amazing. I often used to check corn when I got home, because they'll be running through the brush like where you're walking through it, and they're close to all the grass when they're walking through, so he'd often have loads of ticks on him, so I used to turn him over, line him on his back and pull them out of him. Put them in a bowl of water, drown the little bastards. Right. So obviously they put planks here because the pathway is collapsing and dropping down, so it's all like sloping down to the left, look. So these are like little safety barriers stop you going doing there. Right, so each one of these GoPro 9 batteries, well, I charge up, you get about an hour and 25 minutes out of them, especially if they're brand new. Like I bought 2 or 3 just recently, so fully charged up I get approximately an hour and 25 minutes on each one, and I've got about 7 or 8 batteries now, so that lasts us a while recording. Because I like to record the journey to show people not only the beautiful countryside but the terrain that you've got to walk to get where you're going, and if it's easy or hard for people that's got disabilities like me. I mean, for me at the moment it's not so much my disability, apart from me balance issues crap, but I'm 64 going on 65 now, so it's a bit of both my disability through stroke and my age. This bit's a bit naughty if you step off there. It's quite a big drop into the bracken at the bottom there, so you've got to make sure you stay on the boulders here. So I brought 2 spare Nikon batteries as well, but I've left my camera in the car, so I don't need to be topping them up. I like to do the first filming with my Nikon camera as the introductory videos, and where I arrive and film the car parking area and stuff like that. Right, up here through the steps. Yep. Right. I'm getting too old for this shit, but I want to keep going as long as I can. You spend a long time sitting in an old people's home when it gets to that point, and sitting in a bloody chair looking out the window and pondering over what you used to get or what you used to do when you're too old to do it. And the only thing certain in life is death. We're all born to die, and as soon as you're born, you're dying from day one. It's just how many years you get out of your life, it's how you look after yourself, keep you healthy, eat the right foods, plenty of exercise, fresh air like this. That determines how long you're going to last. Right. Right, once you get past this tree in this awkward area, now you've got some more when you go and run the corner. That's where the path starts getting naughty, because it's sloping down you higher again, and there's more boulders to step over and lots of tree roots for to negotiate. Right. There's loads of like turnstiles and all that for where people must come over the top and drop down here, because you can see there's a bit of a path leading away from that turnstile there and going back the way I've just come from. There's some more further up as well, where there's an actual gate you can go through as well. I'm pretty warm now. I'm starting to sweat a bit now. A sheep. This is sheep country, so I'd be best off not bringing bear. You have to go out many more times into the countryside where you're taking past sheep so you can see what they are. And even if there's some behind gates, let him go up and sniff them. So he sees them, smells them, knows what they are. So if he is ever off the leader and he sees them, he won't go running after them because he knows what they are. You know, like they're not dogs or puppies to go and play with. Right, up this bit steep bank and then drop down on the far side. Whoa, whoa. I'm not watching where I put my feet. I mean, at the moment I'm in the shade as well, so that's keep it a little bit cooler, but when I get past these two sections of trees, you go out into the open. I'm sure I can hear people voices behind it. Which wouldn't surprise us because, like I say, this is a very popular walk. And now that the weather's dry and sunny, you'll get every man and his dog coming out. I mean, that was reflected on where the cars were all parked at the car park. I thought, bloody hell, there's quite a few people here already. Yeah, there's definitely people shouting and coming up. I think he's calling a dog. There's a sheep there, just on the hill, by itself. Sometimes when it's been raining, last and doing, this is absolutely swamped with mud, water. Right, so this is where all your barns are. Everywhere you look, bits of barns. You can see the sheep dotted everywhere. Yeah, the paths are starting to get really overgrown with bracken. Bugger off, flies, man. I think once you start to sweat, they're attracted to the salt in your body or something. They just seem to be flocking around you when you start sweating, more so. Once I get through the second section of trees where it's on a steep slope and get onto the open fields, I can walk a little bit faster and start scrambling up and through the skinny bloody turnstile walls and that, which is a nightmare. Especially one of them is a high step up and you've got to get through a really skinny gap in a wall. It's a pain in the arse. But obviously that's to stop the sheep squeezing through and doing a runner. Right, here's another area where it normally gets covered in water and rain and muddy water puddles. As you can see, some big soft areas here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That nearly sent us over. Right, well I can't hear those voices anymore, so I think they might have just been coming over the top and heading over this way. Right, so I think this is the area now where I'm going to start going along the orchard pathways again, where there's tree roots and big boulders to step over. And just awkward, that's all. Because there's the tree line starting there now. You kind of see where you're putting your feet as well, because it's so dense, this bracken. But I'm glad I put my leg gaiters on now, because the last few times I haven't been putting them on. But you definitely need it now, because like I say, this is all overgrown, and when it's full of rainwater you get your legs soaking rushing through it. Right, here we go through the awkward bits. I mean, that was bad enough, but this can get really rough going. So as you can see, you're getting higher and higher and higher away from the river down there, the gill. So basically you're hugging the wall and go right the way along till it drops down on the far side. It's so nicer here where this tree's leaning over and you've got the roots up on the path when you're walking up, and they're wet, they're slippy as hell, so if you put the foot on there and just woof, and away you go down like a bag of hammers. So you just got to take your time, like I'm doing, making sure my footing when I go down. I mean, if you stick close to trees, if you do go over, you can at least grab a hold of a tree to stop you falling. And if you keep leaning over to the right, once again, if you do slip on a root or something and you're already leaning over to the right, that'll save you going doing there to the left. When you've got flies in your eyes, it takes your attention away to what you're trying to do, where you're putting your feet. Whoa, whoa. Awkward part for me. Your boots get jammed in between the rocks because they're on an angle, and there's nothing to hold on at upper height, so you've got to lean forward and get out of the big boulders as you're stepping over them. Can you imagine when it's all soaking wet and full of mud and the pathways are just slippy? So it's even harder to negotiate and manoeuvre through it. I'm starting to sweat now, bloody hell, man. So there's your wall again, so we'll be skirting along the wall again for a short while. Aye, that's another thing and all. I dug out for keying. I found me old, I've got like a camouflage bush hat, and it's got a mosquito net that comes over. So when you've got the bush hat on, it keeps the net off your face, so you can drop it down, and you can still breathe and talk easy, and it keeps the mosquitoes and flies off your face when you're trying to eat or whatever, or just trying to walk along without getting disturbed by the little bastards. Right. Like now I'm getting annoyed now, these flies. So I'm getting hotter and sweating more. So I'm obviously perspiring the smell that they like, that they're attracted to. For the last few days now, I've been keeping myself occupied and busy by buying microwaves, like Samsung microwave ovens. That's on sale, and I'm getting them. They're normally 179 to 200 pound each, and I'm getting them like slight scratches on them, or a dent in the casing. So the last two I've getting $26.99, so I can't grumble with that. And obviously I've just got to buy little parts and fit them in to renew them back to factory newness. Right, so that's the gate where people must come up right over the top. There's the cyclists go right across the top of there and go over that way back towards Gunnerside across the top. So obviously that's what that is, for people to go and walk up there. Right, through the next awkward section. I'm always glad when I get to the end of this one, where I can go over the little, there's two railway sleepers, go over a little stream where you use it as a bridge, and then you go through a gap in the wall, and then there's a turnstile gate, spring-loaded gate to the right. You've got to step up and go through that to get on the other side of the wall, start walking along the inside of the wall. Because the first time I came here with Jimmy, we made that mistake where we went alongside the inside of the wall instead of climbing up through it. And then you got to the end and it's just all barbed wire fencing, so we had to like double back to the gate and then go up and through it, then walk along the inside of the wall. So we didn't have any clambering or climbing today to get on with our journey. But like I say, that's how you